Okay, ladies and gentlemen, and we are live. Welcome to the Fxlens live webinar session. Let's just give a few minutes to some people to join, and you can also help us share this link, the YouTube link, to your friends or family, whoever will be interested in knowing a bit about trading or knowing about trading. So let's just shout out to whoever who is joining now, right? Okay. So welcome to the live, everybody. If you're just joining us, just type in the comment section, just joining. Just type in the comment section, just joining. Just type in the comment section, just joining. Let me see. I would like to see how many of us are on this live and are excited to learn about risk management today with Fxlens. I hope you all can hear me. If you can hear me, type in the chat. I can hear you. If you can hear me, type in the chat. I can hear you. If you can hear me, type in the chat. I can hear you. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. You can share the YouTube live, the YouTube link to anyone you know that will be interested in joining this live. If you can hear me, type in the chat. I can hear you. Okay, so it's 1 minute past the 7 o'clock time. We've agreed, so we'll just wait for some extra few minutes or seconds, 2 minutes now, so we can begin live without wasting anybody's time. That's great. I see. I hope I don't murder his name. This is Cheno Jalo, Zara or Zara, Augustine Sampa. I would like to know which country you're joining us from. You can actually type the country in the chat, type the country in the comment section you're joining us from. Let's know. Let's see our friends all over the world where you're joining Fxlens from, where you're joining the live webinar from. Awesome. I see Nigeria. I see Nigeria. Let's share the link to get more people connected to this wholesome and enlightening class on risk management. Okay, so without any further ado, we'll just go straight into the class. If you can see my screen before I proceed, just type I can see your screen. Type I can see your screen. Type I can see your screen in the comment section. Hi, Augustine Sampa from Ghana. Welcome. So lovely to have you here this beautiful and wonderful evening. I hope, is it raining in Ghana? I hope it's raining in Ghana because it's raining crazy here. I can see your screen. Okay, that's good. Who else can see my screen? Who else can see my screen? So if you can see my screen, hello, welcome, Mr. Sajwa. I would love to see the country you're joining us from. Type your country. Type your country. Augustine says no. Okay, that's cool. Type the country you're joining us from. I see Ghana. I see Nigeria. That's awesome. Oh, Mauritius, welcome, Mr. Sajwa from Mauritius. Welcome, welcome. I see. If you can see my screen, actually type what you're seeing on my screen. I know what is on my screen, so type so I know you're actually seeing my screen. Right? Welcome everybody. Welcome everybody. You can still share the link. Excuse me. You can still share the link to friend the YouTube live link to friends that would like to join us on this class today. Risk management. Thank you, Mr. Sajwa. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Without any further ado, we are going to go jump straight right into this class. Welcome everybody. Welcome. Yes, we are talking about risk management. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, straight to the class. Today we will be in this live session from Fxlens, right? The team has put together an awesome package for everyone here, right? We will be talking about risk management, right? So it's also part of the series of a beginner's guide to trading and not panicking. Yes, risk management masterclass. Thank you so much. Yes, so it's also part of the series where the FX Lens team has come up with that will be teaching you guys or guiding beginners how to trade and even take trades on the FX Lens app. So we are talking about risk management today in this master class, right? We are going to be learning how to protect our capital and trade like professional. And I am your one and only instructor. So most times you see some trades in the some signals dropped in the group, and from Hosanna you are looking at Hosanna right now, right? If you've taken the trades, some of the majority of the trades in the group, it's from Hosanna and I am he. So I have been in the trading space for over 3 years, right? I started trading crypto before I went on to trade forex, right? So this is my 1 year trading forex, right? But I've been trading, other pairs in crypto over 3 years now. So this is me, Hosanna, and we will dive right into it. So for beginners, what is risk management? Risk management is the process of controlling how much money you are willing to lose on a single trade so that a losing streak can never wipe out your account, right? So risk management is basically you safeguarding your capital so that, because losing in trading is inevitable, guys. Losing in trading is inevitable. Trading is a probability game. Is a probability game. You win and you lose. You roll a dice and you lose, right? And win sometimes, right? So but risk management is you having the ability to take calculated risk while trading, right? Risk management, like I've said here, is the process of controlling how much money you are willing to lose on any and every single trade you take, so that a losing streak can never wipe your account. There are people that say, you see in trading, most people might take the same trade, maybe a gold trade. Some people will say, we lost in this trade, while some people will say, this trade I gained from it. Why? It all boils down to risk management, right? It all boils down to risk management because some people can calculate the amount of money they put in a particular trade, and while some others cannot calculate. For instance, you can have $100 and some people can enter a gold trade with maybe $1, and then there's somebody who is entering a trade with $50. And if that trade moves against you by little, your account is gone. So we will be finding out today what risk management is, like we've said here, and how to utilize the knowledge we are going to get here about knowing risk management in all our trades today. So if you're still following us, let's see some fire emoji. Let's see some fire emoji in the chat. Let's see some fire emoji. You can share this link to get more knowledge, right? So instead of focusing on only winning trades, risk management focuses on surviving losing ones. That is, you do not only, as a professional trader, you do not only focus on your winning trade, you also focus on surviving, trades that you lost or have the potential or the potential to lose or of losing, right? Because every trader, no matter how good you are, loses a trade. Thank you. Drop in the comment section below the country you're joining us from. I see Mikom, One TV, Augustine Zampa. I see Hadza. I am just murdering you guys' names. I am murdering your names. Apologies from me, okay? So right, back to the class. Instead of focusing on winning trades, risk management focusing on surviving losing ones. So this is Nde Billions from South Africa. Welcome, nice to have you on the live session today. Micom One TV, this GH, is it Aquaba? I greet you, sir. All right. Instead of focusing on winning trades, risk management focuses on surviving losing ones, because every trader, no matter how good you are, lose trades. Now, why do traders use risk management? Welcome, Hadza from Cape Town. Why do traders use risk management? Risk management helps traders, right? The first thing it helps traders to do is, number one, it helps you protect your capital, right? It helps you survive losing streaks without blowing your account, and it also helps you stay in the game long enough for you to be profitable, right? It helps you to trade without emotions. It removes the emotional aspect of trading, right? Every decision you make in trading, risk management helps you to inhibit or mitigate the emotional side of your decisions, right? It helps you build consistent long-term results, right? If you've ever had a profitable trader who has been profitable consistently, there are many big names in the industry, right? You all know, one of the big traders I follow always say that trading a professional trader is one that is consistently profitable, right? How do you remain consistently profitable is what we are going to be talking about today, which is actually risk management, right? So risk management versus no risk management. With risk management, you can control how much you lost per trade. You can actually control how much you lose per trade. You can keep losses small and manageable, right? Risk management allows a trader, which or any trader, which is you and I, to recover and keep going. So in a scenario where people say, I lost money to that trade, and some people, how did you lose money? I actually made, profit from that particular trade, right? It's because whoever lost in a particular trade did not take a calculated risk, right? Like one of our team members will say, if I take a trade and I'm fidgeting and I'm afraid that I took that trade, then I know that I did not calculate my risk properly, that I did not manage my risk properly, right? So risk management, like I said here, it helps you control how much you lost in a trade. It keeps your losses small and manageable, allows every trader to recover that applies risk management, allows every trader that applies risk management to recover and keep going on, right? That's why in the Fxlens community, we always say we keep trying, we keep going, we keep pushing on, we don't stop. You get so without risk management, what you get one bad trade can wipe out many good ones, right? If your risk management is not planned, is not consistent, is not calculated, if your risk is not calculated, one bad trade can actually wipe out all the profits you've made, right? Coming from experience, I traded gold one time and I made over 200,000, right? 200,000. I was using a Naira prop firm account. I made over 200,000 Naira, right? I now saw what looked like a good entry in the same gold, and I was like, okay, let me try what's it called? Let me try scalping this trade, right? Now I did not apply risk management to that trade, right? When I entered with a zero point 0.1 lot size, and I was able to make 200K on my amount, on my capital. Now seeing that I have huge capital, I now said, now I'm a big boy. Let me use 0.5 or 0.7 lot size and enter this gold trade. Before I could go and grab a cup of water and come back, the money I was seeing there was unholy, right? It was so risk management calculated a calculated risk. Risk management helps you calculate your risk basically, right? That is what it means, that one bad trade can actually wipe out many good ones. And before I could get to the 200K, I had traded like 3 or 4 times. So, and I was able to accumulate such an amount, right? But before I could come back, just that single scalp trade had wiped out everything that I had accumulated, because I traded with my emotion. I did not calculate my risk at all, right? So without risk management, we say the account can be blown quickly under pressure. Now this one is where everyone, let me not generalize it. I'll say most people falter because people come into trading that they want to make fast and quick money, right? And you're under pressure, and most people come with a budget in their mind and say, okay, I'm going to put this $100 in my trading account, and then quickly flip it to maybe $1,500, flip it to $500 or $1,000. Now what you're doing is you're trading with your emotions. You're not calculating your risk, and you're putting yourself under unnecessary pressure that will make you take trades emotionally, right? So without risk management, emotions take over, right? Emotions like fear, greed, revenge trading, you name it, we all know these things. So they take over. So now with FX Lens has a position size calculator which can help you actually, manage and calculate your risk. What it does is it helps you track every trade, calculate and monitor your risk automatically with the FX Lens app. Where you can go to the app, Apple Play Store, the Google Play Store, and download the FX Lens app. You can see on the screen where the risk calculator is highlighted, and the one on the right, the position size calculator, tells you it helps you calculate the lot size, helps you calculate the risk, the lot size you're supposed to take per trade, the capital and stuff like that. And it also helps you to check, directly what pair you're actually using. It makes risk management easy. That is why we have the FX Lens app. So moving on, what we are going to learn today is, number one, what is a pip, or what a pip is and how to calculate it, what lot sizes are and how to choose them, right? How leverage works and why it's then dangerous, how to calculate your risk per trade, position sizing, and position sizing and how much that position sizing, basically how much you're going to put per trade, right? Then how everything connects to protect your account. So we'll be doing all this and putting all this together. And Miss Ko from Sokoto, I see you. Welcome. So far, if you're following us so far, following this risk management live webinar from FX Lens, just put a following, right, type I'm following in the comment section. Just type I'm following in the comment section. Let's see how many of us are actually following this live webinar. So we'll be learning a lot today, and let us buckle up and then move on. Type I'm following in the sessions, and if you can still hear me, also type in the comment section. Awesome. Type in the comment section, I can hear you. So moving on, the first concept we'll be learning are pips, right? And I'll say that a pip is the smallest price movement in the forex market. A pip is the smallest unit of price movement in the forex market. Thank you. Amisco can hear me. A pip is the smallest unit of price movement in the market. So what that means is we can see a pair like gold, right? We can see a pair like gold. Let me switch to my trading view to show you an example of what a pip is. I don't know if you can see this. I don't think you guys can see my screen. Anyway, okay. Anyway, I was actually trying to show you. Sorry, hold on. Let me see if I can add another screen to this. Okay. I'm trying to add a screen from Deck Screener to show you exactly what a pip is, right? But that is not coming forth right now. Okay, anyway, moving on. Let's not waste our time. So I would explain it as best as I can so you understand it. So a pip, right? What a pip is, we might see a pair like gold, right? Gold can be at the current price of gold right now is $4,069 point 16 cents. Now, a pip is the movement between that 0.16 to any number higher or any number below is a pip. So those that's 4,000 points something. Those where the points are is where the pip is. So any slight movement of maybe the gold moves from 4,000 from 4069.16 and it moves to 409 point maybe 50. So the difference between the 0.16 and 0.50 is the movement of the pip. Okay, welcome, Blake from Pretoria. I see you. Welcome. You type in the comment section below that I'm following, so we know we are following, and we are actually explaining the first concept of risk management, which is a pip. And we've said a pip is the smallest unit of price movement in the forex market, right? That is the first explanation of a pip. And the first concept is lot sizes. Now, a lot size is the unit used to measure the size of a trade. The larger your lot size, the more money you make or lose, right? Per pip. So per pip, a pip is simply the movement or the difference of price, right? When it moves in the market. That is what all a pip is. And your lot sizes is the size of the lot, your allocation of capital you are willing to invest in that particular trade, or you're willing to use to take that particular signal. So I went further here to explain what a pip actually is, right? It stands for the percentage in points, right? It is the fourth decimal place in most in most currency pairs. Example, EUR/USD moves from 1.100 to 1.001. That is one pip movement. I hope we are getting value from this, right? So now a lot size, what is a lot size? Lot sizes determine how much of a currency pair you are willing or selling. You are buying or selling. The three main lot sizes every broker has is a standard lot, which is 100,000 units, a mini lot, which is 10,000 units, and micro lot, which is 1,000 units. Though every standard broker has these lot sizes, and every account you're creating, they actually tell you if it is a standard account that has a standard lot size, or a mini lot size, or a micro lot size. Why lot sizes matter? Your lot size directly controls how much money you gain or lose per pip, per percentage movement in the market. So your lot size is like I have uh there are five houses. I want to buy There are five houses that I want to buy, and I only have money for two. You get? So that means I only have money for two. That money for two houses out of the five is kind of my lot size. Simplifying what lot size is. Now, a larger lot size equals bigger profits and also bigger losses per pip, which we now know as the percentage movement of price in a particular pair. A smaller lot size equals smaller moves in both direction. So if you use a smaller lot size, you're going to either gain some profit, a smaller profit, or lose a smaller amount of money. What is leverage? Some people say leverage is a double edge or a two-edged sword. Leverage is a two-edged sword. It allows you to control a large portion in the market with a small amount of your own money. It amplifies both your profits and losses. That is why leverage is a two-edged sword. It amplifies your profits and also your losses. So understanding what leverage is, with you see some maybe prop firms, some trading accounts and stuff that will tell you, okay, we offer 1 to 100 or 1 to 1,000 leverage, right? What that means is you can actually control $10,000 in the market with just $100 of your own capital. The broker lends you the rest, but you are the one that will still bear the risk. right? So moving on, how leverage works, right, in your favor is that you and I have $100 to actually trade, and our broker gives us 100 leverage, which means 100 times 100, which is 10,000. That means I am actually controlling $10,000 with my $100, right? So that means anything that happens, right, I am in control of $10,000, but I am still using my $100. That means my $100 is still at risk first. But the broker is also saying, oh, you have $100, I've given you 100 leverage. You can actually control this lot size. So if market moves in your favor, you earn more. And if market moves against you, not in your favor obviously, you earn less, right? The double-edged sword, right? If you have $100 and your broker gives you a hundred x leverage, or you have $1,000 and your broker gives you 100x leverage, it means you are in control of $100,000 with the leverage the broker has given you. Now with your capital $1,000, right? If price goes 1% in your favor, it means you make $1,000 of profit, right? Which is 100% of your capital. Now, on the flip side, why it says it is a double-edged sword is if price should go against you 1%, your account is gone. This is where most people falter, and because they cannot utilize leverage properly. You see people, with $100 utilizing, one thousand x leverage, which is a double-edged sword. We know that if price should move even 0.1% against you, your account is blown, is gone, right? So that is why leverage is a double-edged sword. Now, majority of us in the industry have heard the 1 to 2% risk rule, right? Which means, or which states that you should never risk more than 1 to 2% of your total account balance on a single trade. This is a golden rule that keeps professional traders in the game, which means if I am using a broker that gives me 100x leverage and I have $100, I am not supposed to trade with my $100 because I am in charge. I'm utilizing $10,000, right? I would use 1% of my $100, which is about $1, or 2%, which is about $2, and enter that particular trade. So with $1 in the trade and the broker gives me 100x leverage, I am still in control of the market with about $100 capital. Do you get? So now putting this rule in practice, right, which is what I explained before, is if your account size is $500 maybe, and since the 1 to 2% rule states that you should not use more than 1 or 2%, if I have a $500 capital or account size, I am to use either or $10, $5 or $10 to enter a trade. If I have a $1,000 capital, I am either to use $10 or $20 to enter a trade. $5,000, the 1% or 2% of that, $10,000 capital, 1% or 2% of that, and so on and so forth, right? So because the higher percentage of your capital you use, if you use 1%, you are conservative, right? But if you use 5%, you're now becoming a little bit aggressive. And then from, in fact, 10%, 20%, or even 50% upward, you probably are bound to lose that account because you are being aggressive with the market. Now, position sizing is deciding exactly how many lots to trade based on your account size, your stop loss distance in pips, your maximum risk per trade, right, which is 1 or 2%, right? So position sizing example means if I have $1,000 account size, right, I use 2% risk, which is $20. Now that $20, it means 20 pips should be my maximum, like the maximum price percentage price can move to actually, take out that particular 2% from my main capital, right? So the pip value of that, the lot value of that will be 0.1 lot size. Now this is the formula, this is the calculation. So which means the lot size will be equal to the risk amount divided by stop loss in pips multiplied by pip value, which will give you 0.1 lot size on this particular setup and on this account size, which is $1,000. So if you ignore this and use maybe one lot size instead, right, a 20% loss, which is going to be $200, right, which is equal to 20% of your account size. So instead, if you ignore the 1% and or 2% rule and use maybe one lot size, if the price moves against you by 20 pips, you're going to be losing $200 instead of $20. So that is how an account can be burnt almost instantly. So what is a stop loss? A stop loss is a preset price, is a preset price level where your trade automatically closes to limit your losses, right? It is not optional, it is part of every properly managed trade, right? I've seen traders who trade without stop loss. It's scary, right? And obviously they have more capital, but what a stop loss is a preset price level where your trade automatically closes to limit your losses. It is not optional, it is definitely part of every properly managed trade. Now, these are some stop loss patterns that I'm sharing with you today, right? Are you following? If you guys are following, man, put some fire emojis in the group. Put some fire emojis in the group. Let's see some reactions. Let's see some reactions, right? I see my brothers and sisters all over the world. South Africa, I see you from Ghana, Nigeria. Welcome. So, right, stop loss, some stop loss patterns, which now a buy setup, right? The stop loss is usually below the entry. The stop loss is usually below the entry point, while the take profit obviously will be above the entry. Your stop loss is preset, is a preset price level that is always beneath your entry price if you have a buy or when you have a buy setup, right? Now, when you have a sell setup, your stop loss is usually above your entry price, while the take profit obviously will be below your entry price. So stop loss on a sell setup is above the entry, and the take profit is below the entry, because your stop loss, your sell setup means you're coming from up to down. So you want to make sure that even when price is going back up, it does not take more than you are willing to set for that particular trade, right? So right, you can, to get more information, right, about lot sizing, risk management, and all that basically general knowledge of trading. You can use the Fxlens app and go to the learn section on the app and get more knowledge, right? So moving on, what is risk to reward ratio? You hear something like people talk about RR, right? RR simply means risk to reward ratio, right? Risk to reward ratio, which is RR, is the comparison between how much you are risking and how much you stand to gain on a trade. It helps traders decide if a trade is actually worth taking, right? A risk to reward ratio is, am I it simply means, am I willing to lose $20 to gain $100? That is a risk to reward ratio that makes sense. So, but a risk to reward ratio that doesn't make sense will be losing willing to lose $20 to get maybe $10. That does not make sense. That's not even a profit. Even if, yeah, even if when you hit take profit, you've gained $10, but when you lose, the losing side is higher than the profitable side. Now, a 1 to 2 risk to reward means you risk $50 to potentially make $100. That is 1 to 2 RR, 1 to 2 risk to reward. Even if you lose out of 10 trades, right? A good risk to reward ratio can still keep you profitable. So in 10 trades, even if you lose 6, you can still have a very profitable trade, right? When you do the math correctly. Type of risk every trader faces, right? There, as a trader, we are faced with over trading, taking too many trades, over leveraging. We've talked about this, using too much borrowed capital from your brokers, emotional risk, fear and greed overriding your plan. Every market is always testing your discipline, right? In one of these three ways, right? Either over trading, over leveraging, emotional risk. The market is always testing these three things in every trader. So, as a professional trader, we should always try and strive to maintain balance. Psychology and risk. Emotional trading is the fastest way to break your risk management rules. Excuse me. Each of these emotions break your risk rules, right? Fear, you can fear and close trades too early. Greed, which is oversizing positions. Revenge trading, doubling down after a loss. Right? FOMO, fear of missing out, entering without a setup, or basically entering a trade without a plan. Right? Discipline versus undisciplined trader. A disciplined trader follows their risk rules even when emotion says otherwise. An undisciplined trader adjusts their stop loss to avoid a loss and usually loses more, which doesn't make any sense. So there are some common mistakes made by traders every now and then in trading, right? These common mistakes include moving your stop loss, right? Moving your stop loss further away to avoid a loss is one of the most dangerous habits in trading. It turns a small controlled loss, right, into a large account damaging one. You plan on saying, okay, I'll lose $20 to gain $100 on this particular trade. But now you now say, let me just move my trade. I believe in my setup. You move it by a little. That a little means you're increasing the amount of money you are losing, and it's now tempering with your risk to reward ratio, right? Common mistake, which is over leveraging. Using maximum leverage on every trade means one bad move can wipe out your entire account, right? A lot of traders fail in this aspect, right? Even me, I have failed. Judging from the story I explained to you guys, over leveraging my account because I saw a lot of money, right? You start with low leverage until you are consistently profitable. Now, putting it all together, right? How risk management works together, right? You first of all calculate your pip value, set your lot size based on your account, obviously, place your stop loss before entering, right? You check your risk to reward ratio. Now, knowing your pip value, right? Before entering any trade, you should know exactly how much one pip is worth at your chosen lot size, right? This is your foundation for every calculation that follows. You start with knowing the pip value first, right? You set your maximum risk. Decide the maximum you will risk on this trade, no more than 1 to 2% of your account. Never adjust this number upward since you have it set already, right? You have determined in your mind that, okay, no matter what, I always use 1% or 2% of my capital to actually do this. So you do not go and say, "Oh, let me just increase it by this time. I'm very sure of this trade." No, nothing is sure in trading, right? You are not in charge, or you're not a market maker, and you're not in control of this. Set the maximum risk you're willing to take and be comfortable with it, where you can go and do some other things, and you're not afraid that, oh, if this thing hit loss, is it in profit, is it in loss, you'll not be thinking or worried about it. Then you now calculate your lot size. Use your minimum risk and your stop loss, right? Stop loss distance in pips to calculate the correct lot size. Then your trade size is also equal to the risk amount divided by your stop loss. Basically, your trade size is telling you that, okay, this is the amount you're willing to lose, right, in your trade, right? This is the formula for calculating your lot size, right? You do your lot size equals to risk amount divided by stop loss in pips multiplied by the pip value, right? Which there's a worked example here. If you have $1,000 account size, 2% of that is $20, right? 20 pips, right? 20 and you know that is 20 pips, your account is going to move to lose that $20. So you now know that, okay, since it's 20 pips, you're willing to use the lot size you use is 0.1 per pip, you get. So you do not use more than the lot size you've already calculated. This is the manual way to do this, and frankly speaking, this will be a brain shocker. But if you have time to do that, you can absolutely go for it, right? You confirm your risk to reward ratio before pressing buy or sell. Confirm that always. Always confirm that. Confirm that your potential reward is at twice your risk. Your risk. If the IRR does not meet your minimum, skip the trade, right? Do not force trades. And lastly, right, always follow your risk management plan. Always follow your risk management plan, because no trade is guaranteed to be a winning trade. Always follow your risk management plan. So the FX lens calculator, right, position size calculator, can help you calculate the lot size, right, can help you even determine the pips that you're willing to trade, and enter a particular trade. Before the we are all slowly coming to the end of this, right, I'm going to review a secret how I usually personally do lot sizing, right? And this is the secret: using Fxlens. Before, I used to do that calculation manually, the previous calculation you saw. I usually, take out pen, paper. Sometimes I do it with my phone, start calculating, and it is time consuming. It is. Before you even do that calculation and take a trade, and that trade has gone either for you, or against you by numerous amount of pips, right? That is why the FX Lens app is here. We have a built-in calculator. After analyzing your trade, in fact, when you analyze your trades with FX Lens, it also tells you how many lot size you're supposed to use, how many pips that is going to go against you or for you that you're going to win that trade. And it also tells you, okay, this your position size per trade, right? FS Lens does not only help you analyze a particular trade, it helps you to plan your risk. It helps you manage your risk, so that whatever trade you're entering or you want to enter, you're not losing the trade. So like I said, we are slowly coming to the end of this today's webinar live session. Type in the comment section, I'm getting value, or just type value in the comment section. Let's know you're getting value. So FS Lens is my secret now to on how to calculate. Yeah, I want to see value in the comment section. FX Lens, the app, is my secret on how I actually calculate my position size. It's super easy and it's very flexible. I just have to put in a bunch of numbers, and it gives me my trade and also my lot sizes to use to enter a trade, no matter the currency pair. No matter the currency pair. So I need to see I'm getting value or value. Type value in the comment section. Type value in the comment section. So, and ladies and gentlemen, you should join the trials community, right? FX Lens. Our community is a trying community. We do not stop. We keep going no matter what. Now that we have the knowledge of how to manage our risk properly, join the community and enjoy our signals moving on. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. So join the trials community on FX Lens. It's free, right? You can take our trades. We drop signals there almost every day of the week, right? We strongly share that vision with everyone who tries and is not willing to give up. So thank you so much for joining us. And I believe we have absolutely, yeah, value. Thank you so much. We absolutely have great value in today's session. Until awesome. Thank you, Amisco. Thank you so much. So you can always come back to rewatch these videos if in case you miss something. In case you miss something, you can always come back to rewatch these videos. The videos are on our YouTube. You could share it with your friends also to gain value from it. Join our community and let's have fun. Trading is fun. Thank you so much and see you some other time. Bye for now.